Good evening, you all. Dango here. Tomorrow, something big is happening. I hope you all know what that is. Tomorrow, my first ever full-length LP titled TBI will be available on every streaming platform. Spotify, Apple Music, everything. This album, I just can't stress enough how nervous and excited at the same time I am to release this album, because this is everything that I've put my time and my effort in the past 2-3 years that I've been writing my own songs. And it's all gonna lead up to this until the next album, of course. But this is only the first step of many. And I take it as a first step. But for me personally, I also take it as closure. Because now that I can tell a story about it in the form of songs, the form of an album, a story about my brain injury, everything I went through that time period of my life, that means it's over for me. Everything sort of came together like a puzzle. It was pretty easy. I had no lies to tell. Nothing I had to keep up with. It's just the truth. The whole truth. And nothing but the truth. I mean, all these songs come from a rock and a hard place. None of these songs were made with fun stories, or really all of them come from some feeling that I had deep down inside of me. And I think that just listening to this album that comes out tomorrow, I think you will all learn to appreciate, my stories. I think, it takes a bit of understanding for this kind of stuff to sink in. But when it does, I hope you will all understand where I come from. This whole album is like a breath of fresh air for all of you guys. I would think. It's new music for you guys, but this is all familiar haunts, familiar tunes, familiar melodies, and familiar feelings that I've dealt with before in life. Some of these things maybe, I thought that was a wasp on me or something. Some of these things may be relatable to you all, and that's what I hope I've conveyed in my songs. These songs are made for you guys. I'm telling you these stories. And if any of you have anything that's going on in your life that you talk about, or that you think about, this album is for you. This whole album is for you. From being homesick, from trying to overcome the inevitable end of a long-lasting friendship or a relationship, or even family relationship, to the heat of court cases, to the, how do I put this? The feeling of utter mortality, that you know what being on the brush of death is like, even if you don't. It's the thought that counts. You put yourself in the shoes of the writer. Sometimes I have to do that to my own music and just remember that this stuff actually happened to me. Sometimes I get carried away and I listen to one of the darker songs of the album. I remember where I came from, I remember where I've been. I remember what happened to me. What's built me up to this point. Not what's broken me down, but what's built me back up. These songs are about resilience, perseverance, ultimately brain injury. But I live to tell the tale, and I'm so glad that it's this way rather than I not be here to tell the tale. It'd be a very different story. This fucking banda music over here. Until I get past this before I keep telling you guys what I was trying to say. Ándale. Kind of slaps though, not gonna lie, I want to join them. Hey, duro boricua. Favorite. Yeah. This album is about perseverance. It's about how every day, not just me, but everybody who has a life is constantly working every single day of their life, and they are trying to get themselves out of one thing and into something better. Those are what you call survivors. And the people who have done that, props to you, because I know I'm not the only one. Never thought I was. This is all a big realization for me that this is finally happening. And I'm so glad. All of you who are here now and who were here before, and those of you who are to come later, I'm so happy you're all here. Because this is really what I love doing. This is really what I want to do for a living. This is really my passion. It's my form of art, my form of expression. It's my love put into these songs. My love, my hate, every emotion in between put into these songs. And I do it for you. Just want you to know that. I hope when tomorrow rolls around the corner, you wake up with a smile on your face. I hope that leads you into the kitchen with a smile on your face as you eat your breakfast and get ready for the day. And I hope this album brings you joy. And I hope it heals your sadness and everything in between. I hope this album does exactly what I want it to do. Because this album, at the end of the day, is made for you. And Dango Torres, have a great night.